It's time to stop by Breadbox in CityWalk and try some sandwiches. This is one of my favorite restaurants at Universal Orlando, and they changed the menu over the summer, so I was eager to try everything. First up is the BB chopped cheese for $14.99. This is ground beef, American cheese, grilled onions, lettuce, and tomato, all mixed up with a special sauce on a house-baked roll. The special sauce is mayo ketchup, by the way. I honestly prefer this without the lettuce and tomato because it kind of reminds me of like a cheeseburger spring roll or the cheeseburger pods that they have over at Disney. It's so good. The meat and the cheese and the sauce all mixed together, and the bread is super soft and it's grilled on the inside, so it's just perfect. It's really filling, and it's my go-to when I go to Breadbox. If you were familiar with the old menu, you might have noticed recently the tots were taken off the menu, but I am happy to report that they are back on the menu again. Sandwiches do come with a side. They come with the Sichuan ranch chips, but you can also get a salad, a fruit cup, the tater tots, which are delicious, and there's even now a loaded mac and cheese. And there's even a full portion of the loaded mac and cheese. If you don't just want a side, you can actually get like a full entire serving of it, and it is amazing. It's creamy, and the cheese is just like top tier, and there's tons of breadcrumbs and bacon in it. Oh, it's so good. So I definitely recommend that if you're gonna branch out from the tots, but the chips are really nice. Moving on to another sandwich. This is the turkey pastrami, and honestly, it's another favorite of mine. It's $14.99 and comes with white cheddar, tomato, bacon, Dijonnaise, and grilled onions on light rye bread. The rye bread is incredible, and the Dijonnaise is delicious. The turkey is absolute perfection, though. It's got this strong herby flavor, and on its own, it's really just the standout here. Now, let's move on to another sandwich. This is one that I was really surprised that I fell in love with because I'm super picky about chicken sandwiches. So again, if I tell you I love the Sichuan chicken sandwich, you know it's really good. This is $14.99, and it's a Sichuan ranch fried chicken breast with shaved red cabbage and Duke's mayo on a sweet butter bread. This bread is so sweet and soft. It's almost like a Hawaiian roll, but it's nice and thick. It's so good. And I've actually even ordered the BB chopped cheese on this bread before because the bread is that good. But the chicken inside is, oh my gosh, it's tender, it's juicy, and it's perfectly crispy on the outside. It's got a nice thick coating, and it's just got like a bit of like sweet and little like savoriness going on to it. And the cabbage pairs well with it, but really the bread and the chicken are just good enough on their own. Here's where things start to take a bit of a turn. This is the BBQ Brisket Dip for $15.99. This is smoked brisket, Swiss, grilled onions, sweet barbecue, and lemon horseradish on a house-baked roll with a side of French onion soup. And it sounds delicious, but we found the meat to be just too tough and fatty. And even another table nearby ordered the same thing, and they started talking with us, and they said their meat was really tough as well. The soup and the bread were really good, but the brisket was just bad, and maybe it was just a bad day, but I would definitely skip this sandwich. There are so many other sandwiches here that I would recommend. Skip the barbecue brisket. One of the best grilled cheese sandwiches at Universal Orlando is this grilled four cheese for $13.99. It's white cheddar, provolone, and American cheese, all grilled on a Parmesan-crusted sourdough bread. The crunchy, cheesy bread is really what makes this a star. This is so good. It's like crunchy and it's cheesy, and it's just it makes the whole sandwich. You don't even worry about the cheese inside. It's really the bread. But this is what I would call a gourmet grilled cheese. It's melty, it's good, it's perfect. If you like something simple, this will satisfy. Another simple dish that is sure to satisfy is the BLT for $14.99. There's a ton of bacon on here, and it's so thick and juicy. And it's like served on this thin white bread that like allows the bacon to be the star of the sandwich, and it kind of gives it like this homemade feel, like just because it's like just simple white bread. You can really enjoy the bacon with less bread though. I honestly love this one. The whipped burrata turned out to be one of our favorites here too. This is $14.99, and it's whipped burrata with tomato, arugula, parmesan, oil and vinegar, and basil pesto on a house-baked roll. The cheese and veggies were so fresh, and the portion size is perfect. The basil pesto was the highlight of the sandwich, though. This was better with a knife and fork, honestly, like served open-faced like this. If you're looking for a lighter option, this is still really filling, but it's so fresh and flavorful. I just loved all the oil and vinegar and the pesto and everything going on there, and the cheese was just delicious. And again, great portion size. Definitely recommend this one. The hot vegan was another delicious sandwich with tons of flavor. This is $15.99 and comes with portobello mushrooms, avocado, tomato, grilled onions, vegan pepper jack, arugula, truffle oil, and basil pesto on multigrain bread. The basil pesto, again, is amazing here and pairs well with the veggies. The portion size is also great, and the veggies are really, really fresh. The multigrain bread provides the perfect crunch for this juicy sandwich. It's nice and hearty, and you can even get the chips without seasoning for a vegan option. There's also a salad or fruit cup to choose from, but I really like the vegan chips. The Italian sandwich for $15.99 was probably the biggest surprise. It's incredible. I really think it's the Duke's mayo that takes the sandwich to the next level. It's ham, calabrese salami, big eye pepperoni, provolone, tomato, red onion, pepperoncini peppers, herbed oil and vinegar, and Duke's mayo on a house-baked roll. The bread is so fluffy and soft, and the sandwich is just one of the best Italian sandwiches I've ever had. I love the mayo. I loved all the tomato and the lettuce were so fresh. Oh, it was perfect. I loved it. Milkshakes are gone, but they now have root beer and Coke floats for $6.99. These are made with quality vanilla ice cream, and I think the team members have been trained perfectly because they know how to make an ice cream float. I've ordered ice cream floats in the park, and they've kind of turned out, well, we won't talk about that. I will just say that Breadbox, they know how to make a float. So if you want a root beer float or a Coke float, you're not going to be disappointed. These are amazing. We also have some new desserts. There's a strawberry crispy treat cookie for $5.29, and this is made with strawberry yum crumb and Rice Krispies. This tastes really doughy and thick. It kind of reminds me of a crumble cookie. There's also a s'mores cookie for $5.29. This is a chocolate chip cookie with graham crackers and marshmallows, and it was a little bit dry, but I really like the marshmallow. But definitely make sure you order a drink, maybe some milk. Overall, I absolutely love the new menu at Breadbox. There's only one sandwich that I didn't really care for, and everything else was really a hit with me. I love the sides, so I highly recommend this. It's a great value. Stop by Breadbox and CityWalk next time you're at Universal Orlando Resort.